everyone, I'm Daryl Lecklin with Motocross Action Magazine. In front of us is the most anticipated bike of the year. It's a 2018 Honda CRF250. This is the 14th year in its inception. It's came a long way in those years, from the carbureted bikes to the slow bikes, and now we're hoping this is the fast bike. But it's going to be heavy. Due to that is a dual overhead cam, as well the dual exhaust. And let's not forget that electric starter that added, I think, 5 to 7 pounds on the CRF450, but it felt light in its class. We're going to see if this feels the same way on the track. In the presentation last night that Honda showed us, the dyno curve actually showed it losing a lot of bottom to mid, but it gained a lot of top and over rev. For one, we got to get it on our own dynos, and two, we got to get it on the dirt dyno behind us. There's a lot of details about this bike. It's completely new. I'm not going to bore you with all the specifics about the bike. If you want, click on the link below that kind of has every detail about this bike, from, you know, the electric starter, the battery it has, the dimensions of the chassis, all that kind of stuff. You can find that in the link below. We got Dennis Stapleton out here, our chief test rider. As myself, I'm gonna get geared up. We're both gonna go back and forth on this bike all day here at Zaga Station and give you a little feedback on the bike, kind of a first impression. We're trying to give you as much as possible, and stay tuned for Dennis in a few minutes. The first thing you notice with this new bike is the comfort. You get on it, you feel comfortable. The new chassis and the new handling, very good. I was really impressed with just the way I felt on the track, how comfortable I was on the bike right away. And honestly, in my head, I didn't know what to do as far as clickers or settings. Like, it was that good. As far as the engine's concerned, right off the bat, it felt like it was missing something. The power is in different places where I really didn't like it, and almost felt like the clutch was slipping at first. It definitely was more powerful right off the bat than the old engine. Just the power was moved way up in the power band. On top end, it really goes flat. It feels like it's a loud engine, so it feels like you're moving, but it ends up being really flat up top. So when you make that next shift, there's not a lot of torque to get it moving again. So we went one tooth up on the rear sprocket, and that made us have more torque early in the power, more oomph out of the corners, and to grab another gear down straightaways. Out of the 3 maps, we have the standard map, which is number 1, the mellow map number 2, and the aggressive map number 3. We use map 1 and 2. I happen to prefer map 1, not because it's more powerful, but actually the chassis handles a little better. It's a little more freer coming into the turns. It doesn't load up the suspension. Well, map 3, it's more of a stop and go power band, where you kind of get in the corners and you kind of get in a little slower, and you can really get on it, and it has that more torque to drive you out. It had a little oversteer coming into the corners. We kind of just pushed the forks down a little bit. I ran 106 millimeters of sag, and it held up very well for me. So it's really cool that this bike suits a lot of riders pretty well, anywhere from 150 pounds to 200 plus. But other than that, great improvements on the chassis, on the engine. I'm really excited to see where this will stack up against its competitors.
As I spun some laps out at Zaga today, my big concern was the engine. In the 250 class, without a fast engine, you're really nobody. Honda definitely did some improvements. The motor has dual cam now, which has a lot more moving parts. We did notice that it had some more engine noise. Not bad, not good, just the engine's a little bit more noisy. This engine's built to be raced and ridden hard. The stop and go riders struggled a little bit keeping the bike in the high RPMs. They felt that it was a little bit sluggish. Our faster guys didn't have this problem. Overall, with the bike being high revving, light feeling in the air, same chassis as the 450, same fork as the 450, this fork feels much more plush on this bike. Look for the upcoming test in the February issue of Motocross Action Mag, or check out new features, products tested on the bike, where we're testing and what we're doing on motocrossactionmag.com. To see all the other 2018 250Fs, click on the thumbnail now and check out what we have to say.